City 2, Salford 0, through to the FA Cup 5th round. I don't think we played well there, to be honest. I thought pretty shit, to be honest. And I think we need to not really play those sort of players that we played today. Other than like Trafford out, the fringe players that played, no one really impressed me. That Macedo needs to learn the offside rule. Because he's techie at times, but like most of the time you see him get the ball past him, he's in an offside position, which was frustrating. And James Trafford was excellent. Made a fantastic save right on half time when we were 1-0 up. If that goes in, Salford score, maybe it's a different game, who knows. But I thought City were really poor in that first half. We got the goal, it was an own goal. It was on the thing where I was watching the game on. It said Omar Mamouche from like the stadium announcer, but it was an own goal. Ain't Nori does a bit of like footwork down the byline, crosses it in, goes off one of their defenders and in the back of the net, 1-0. You think that's gonna be like City going on to win like 5-6-0 maybe, but absolutely didn't work like that. Salford, like at half time, they only had 15% of the ball. They had 4 shots, 1 on target. We had 4 shots, none on target. Absolutely terrible. And I think not really any players turned up today. Max Lane obviously went off for Macedo, or however you say his name, but just terrible, really, really poor. And a boring game, really, as well. Salford can be proud of themselves tonight. They was excellent. And other than like when the main players came on, like Gay, Rodri, Semenyo, players like that, we was absolutely terrible, really. And Gay gets his first goal. Was it Cherky who assisted it? I don't know. Might have been, but it was a cross into the box and he just taps it in. A bread and butter sort of goal. But we weren't good enough today, really. A better side probably knocks us out today, if we're being brutally honest, or at least takes us to extra time and penalties. I don't know if that's the case in this round of the FA Cup, whether it goes to penalties or straight to if it goes to extra time or straight to penalties. That's what I'm basically trying to say. But we just were really poor. Like, Semenyo did well when he come on, he hit the post, could have made it 3-0. But we didn't really create many great chances. I think Stones had one on the roof of the net, crossed it into the box. Mamouche had a goal disallowed in the first half. Apparently, it was supposed to be onside. Maybe if we go 2-0 up earlier on, then we go on to cruise it a bit. But, like, I don't think we was good at all today. Salford played well. And I think on another day, if Trafford doesn't save that, then they get all the momentum and then anything could happen. But at least we're through in it, and the quadruple's still on. We won't do it, I don't think, because I think the squad's just not at the level to do it this year. Maybe next year we could do a treble or a quadruple, but I think this year we're probably going to win 1 or 2 trophies, maybe at tops, because I think it's a rebuild season, but we're at a level where we've overachieved, really, the rebuild, and we're further down the line with the project rather than taking another year to maybe like adjust. So I think we will win a trophy or maybe 2 this year, but I don't think we're good enough to get a treble or a quadruple this year. I could be wrong, but I think FA Cup, we need to play stronger teams in the competition. Obviously you draw against, because the draw is obviously random, so you draw who you draw, innit? Because I think with these lower teams, yeah, if you're playing like these lower teams like round 3, round 4, whatever, round 5, when it gets to like the final, like last year, we didn't really have the best FA Cup route to the final. We had, I think, was it Plymouth? Obviously, Salford was one of the teams. Who else did we have? I think, Leyton Orient was one of them, away from home. Then I think we had Bournemouth away. Then it was Forest at Wembley, and then Palace in the final. I don't think we really had a tough test, really. upon our way to the final. Because Bournemouth, they're a good side, but we were expected to beat Bournemouth, like, by any means, by them being a good side. And we was expected to beat Forest and Palace. I think they were the best side that we played on the route to the final in terms of, like, how they were doing last season. And they beat us. We weren't mentally prepared for it because we played so many, like, easy sides on the way to the final. So that's why I want us to get, like, Premier League sides or even Championship sides so we can get our best players played, because I think you don't necessarily have to play your best players when you're playing teams like Salford or Exeter, no disrespect, because you're probably expected to win the game, whether it's a thrashing or it's like a 2-0, then you're still getting through most likely, unless you drop an absolute bollock, you know what I mean? But we're into round 5, and come on City, and we move on to the next game. We haven't got a game till next Saturday. We'll play Newcastle at 8 o'clock. So the players get a bit of a rest in the week. And Arsenal play in the week. I'm pretty sure they play Wolves away, which is a boost for us in the title race. Then I think we've got Newcastle. I'm pretty sure Arsenal have Spurs. So it's getting towards the business end of the season. We're still in the FA Cup. We're in the Carabao Cup final. We're in the last 16 of the Champions League. And we're second in the league. So it's not been a bad season so far. Just hope to end the season with some silverware, really, and up the Blues.